Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to begin. The Irish Spaghetti Podcast. Like and subscribe. Please enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Irish Spaghetti Podcast. We're your hosts, Billy G, Nikki P, Pisani. How are you guys?
I am much better now that we are finally shooting. As you can see, massive upgrades.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
We're still getting the gist of it and getting everything finely tuned and stuff, but everything's looking good. We made an enormous amount of progress when getting the new desk and getting everything set up for you guys. So we're trying. We're really pushing here.
Yeah, we're making it an actual show.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're still dialing things in too. So
yeah. You give this guy a round of applause too, because Nick here has been busting his ass.
Nikki P
absolutely
gets all the credit for all of these
Thank you.
upgrades.
You were
Thank you, gentlemen.
it, man. Absolutely murdering it, you know?
So we're trying a new recording system. We're doing the video on the laptop, and then we're doing the audio just through our PodTrack 4. We'll see if that doesn't boost the quality. So do keep in mind that whenever we're doing these, we're running tests constantly. We're always revamping. We're always tightening things up. Over a short amount of time, this will be perfected. We have an interview coming up, which is why we're doing all this hard work. It's going to be great. A week or two from now. Yeah. Also, we got new chairs, and they're color branded. Mine is red. His is green. Hey.
Yeah.
Pisani's is on the way.
Yeah, I got a mutual chair.
Yeah.
We hope you like the new set. We hope everything turns out good. We're going to keep working and moving forward. Also, you might notice that this is episode 41. In reality, we shot episode 40 a couple weeks ago. It was up for about 10 minutes. YouTube pulled it off for vaccine misinformation. So if you actually want to see that episode, I highly recommend you go to our Rumble channel. I'll put the link below. And please go ahead and throw a like and a subscribe on there. I want to build that page up, and ultimately, that's where we want our home to be, because that's the true free speech platform.
If you see anything against the machine or anything that doesn't line up with exactly what they want people to hear, they'll just pull it. That's what they did to us.
And I guarantee you, if you go and watch it, you won't even really understand why it was pulled, because Lord knows we didn't either.
We weren't sitting there saying anything we were trying to give you a doctor's point of view on it. We were just saying there was some coincidences.
Yeah, there was some coincidences.
Yeah, there were some coincidences, and that was all it was.
Yeah.
Some speculations.
That's it.
Speculations.
But because of that, we were banned from shooting for another week, so we weren't able to put up anything, and now we're back.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But hey, we didn't waste the time. Take a look.
Yeah. You know, I'm no stranger to hard work neither. I had went and got this sheet. We're not going to use it.
It's a bust.
It's a bust. That's all right. What are we going to do?
So that being said, we're happy to be back. And what do we have on the docket, Billy? It's going to be another short episode today because your boy's got to go to work.
Yeah, well, Sparks are flying. It was fight night last night. We had UFC 292. The talk of the town is going to be Sean O'Malley. We got a second round knockout from just what a beautiful fighter. What an amazing guy, dude. That dude is something else.
I think he's one of the best fighters on the planet in general.
I think so.
His skill set is so. And here's the thing, especially in UFC and in MMA, it's so underappreciated. Like, again, I'm a pure boxing enthusiast. That's what I love the most. And when I watch O'Malley fight, I'm like, oh, he understands the power of feinting, cutting angles, setting traps, throwing proper technique punches, not that wild, goofy caveman shit that MMA fighters do.
He's just a snake charmer.
He knows how to pick his spots.
He's putting you over here, dude. It's for a reason.
Yes.
He's going to come up a bunch. And it's
But he understands footwork, head movement, feints, again, like proper punching technique, things that MMA fighters don't really grasp that often.
Dude, and Aljamain's fighting from his back, and with sheer precision, Sean's still throwing these huge overhand rights and catching him on the ground.
Straight in the face.
It's unreal. How does, he times everything. It's almost like these guys are going, the other guy's going in slow motion. He's just moving his fist wherever he wants and bam, just catches him every time. It's funny because people talk about, the whole ground game and stuff like that. Well, what ground game are you going to use if this kid's tagging you with his hands and feet 30 times before you even get there?
Dude, I've been making the argument for years that the best mixed martial artist on the planet will be a high-level boxer type that has excellent takedown defense and just can't be held down.
Yeah.
As long as you can, if you can't just lay on top of them and wet blanket them and win on control time and all that nonsense, you're going to get your ass whooped.
Well, wouldn't that be Conor McGregor, right?
That's why
that's why he's so good, because he'd shove every takedown and then just start piecing you up.
Shit out of you, and no one could keep up with him when he was in his prime. And up until Sean O'Malley, he was the only one I could think of that was like that.
Yeah. I think McGregor wanted to look good. You know what I mean? Like, now that he does the roids and stuff and he's constantly posing with his shirt
He's just always
on.
like,
he's
and everything.
And listen, like,
instead of fight poses, now he's just flexing like Schwarzenegger.
Exactly. When he was skinny, he was so like ridiculously dominant, stuff like that. But now he loves walking around them little short Irish shorts and that big body. He's always on a yacht or something. Like, dude, I get it. Enjoy your money. But that dude had a lot of years left in him that he cut massively short.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
He'll never. I don't think he'll ever be the same again, personally. I mean, I don't think that's a bold statement at this point.
And we were going to bet on O'Malley. Didn't they have him? What were we saying the other day? Did they have him as the underdog?
Yeah, when we were looking at it, it was plus 200. And also, if we bet the knockout, it would have been more, I would imagine. It's
absolutely, yeah. Second round seems nice, too.
I mean, it's amazing to even, like, consider a profession as a fighter.
Yeah.
You got to figure it's just a small window of time that you can actually, or like, you know, are fit to fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the shortest athletic careers in the world. Like, it's any type of combat sport in general, but especially fucking MMA, man.
Dude, and especially for brawlers, like you could see boxers that you almost like, oh yeah, that dude will be like getting soup fed to him by his wife in the next 10 years. You know what I mean? Like it's insane.
Boxers have more CTE issues than MMA fighters by a country mile. Because there's only one type of attack, and that's concussive.
Yeah.
You don't wrestle. You know what I mean? There's none of that. You're just getting literally just battered, like being hit with a bat every day 20,000 times in one night.
You know, like, and like you say, like you either got that like gift or you don't. Like, I did the MMA. I went to the gym and stuff. Like, I was having fun, but there was no chance of ever like I was gonna try to like do it and stuff like that. My buddy Cameron got into it. I never once saw myself like walking out to the ring and doing it. Like, it was always like for fitness and just kind of.
Well, it just wasn't your thing.
Yeah, my daughter's super competitive, and I don't know where that comes from, dude. I have no idea. And
your dad was a fighter.
Yeah,
your family's fighters.
Yeah, I really? Like skipped a generation.
Like baldness, but it's just not being a pussy. Skipped a generation.
I took it all, dude. I didn't mind none of it. The kid's so competitive, though, man. Like, she's doing now. She's doing weightlifting on the off season.
Wow. Good for her, man.
Wow, really?
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from, dude.
Trying to grow out that mustache.
Apparently, dude. I'm like, yo, whoa, slow down. What's that kid's name? The transgender swimmer.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, whatever that was.
Michelle Phelps. So congrats to O'Malley. I think he's a great champion. He's got a fan-friendly style. The guy's got skills that they don't even realize he has yet. I think that he's the future, man. That guy's fantastic.
Young, too,
I've
dude.
always loved him.
Years in him.
Always loved him, man.
Years in him left to go.
So that being said, we got to move this along, sir.
We're just feeding the call in there. Yeah, man. All right, this one's kind of funny, man. So Kid Rock was out with some friends like last night or the night before. He's at a concert. He's enjoying himself. This dude kicked off the whole, F Bud Light, F Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Busch. He kicked off the whole thing. He went out there with the gun. He shot. He had his middle finger up in the air and stuff like that.
Yeah, he like blew up a whole stack of Bud Lights.
It was like
and all
a big
that shit.
deal. Homeboy was out last night sipping on a Bud Light, just enjoying his life, just sipping
But
the
wait,
shit beer.
I didn't see the picture. Like, how did he look in the picture? Did it look like he had been drinking it? He's like in the distance, or was it like, this would be funny? Give him a Bud Light. He's like, fuck it, I'll just drink it. And maybe they caught him in that moment.
He's on a patio.
There's no way.
And he's on a patio and he's looking out, and the beer he had turned sideways in his hand. He was setting it on the patio and he was sipping it every once in a while. I'm telling you, there was no like parody behind it trying to be funny, like, oh, I got a Bud Light. You know what I mean? There was none of that. It was just sitting there enjoying his night drinking a Bud Light.
Are we sure?
I'm positive, dude.
Are we 100% sure?
Positive. First of all, it's like, all right, what's the funny there? What like okay, nobody's gonna notice. What if nobody films me? Nobody's gonna see this. So here I'm drinking a Bud Light. Like, what's funny about it? I'm telling you, somebody caught him on fire. TMZ
maybe he was.
No, what's funny about it is that Kid Rock prefers Bud Light.
Yeah,
I mean, I had some customers the other day that actually asked for Bud Light by name. I'm like, these guys look like Kid Rock types.
Yeah, it's a trip. You know what's funny is that when we very, very first opened, because it's dying out. Like, listen, like all things good, they die out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The whole boycott's dying out now anyway. But I when we first opened, people were like, you know, I came to the door and, you know, we had some like younger people in there, and this one chick's like, I want a Bud Light. I was like waiting for my reaction. I'm like, bitch, you're disgusting anyway. I'll get you your Bud Light. Who cares? You know? And then
just throw it at the side of her head.
That same day that your customer, actually, remember I told you, some old guy was like, I'll take a Bud Light. No, I'm just kidding you, man. You know, and it's like
I don't care, bro.
Who cares? Drink it. Enjoy yourself. I don't care.
Drink whatever the fuck you want, man. Mm-hmm. Not everything has to be an issue.
Yeah.
Well, also, nobody cares about your preferences.
No.
You know, like, it's like, okay, you want a Bud Light? I'll give you a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Your medal's in the mail. No one gives a shit.
Dude, yeah.
Drink it.
And anybody that would argue that point, Dylan Mulvaney could be found dead, drowned to death in her bathtub tomorrow, and I'd wink at you. I could care less about any of it. That's the point. Is just do what you want to do. Who cares,
you lay flowers in a Bud Light.
In the Bud Light can.
With his face on it.
Oh my God. So speaking of abominations from God and Dylan Mulvaney, Hawaii, dude.
Abomination.
The abomination in the eyes of God. Hawaii's got big problems, buddy. Hawaii's got they got all sorts of fires going on. Now
Yeah,
think about
stay safe out there, Hawaii.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I have
Also-
some friends that are out there right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, God bless to them. And yeah, like you said, stay safe, man. That's terrible.
Dude, that's our people.
It's in our own backyard.
We mess around a lot, and then I'll have jokes with anything. I don't think anything's too soon for nothing. But I'm telling you, like really, like I pray for those people. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That is our own people suffering. See, that's the big difference. I see them sending ridiculous amounts of money to everywhere in the world, and then when ours come, they're cutting them a lousy check for $700 for per family. No, that's not per person either. That you got more during that
family?
Stupid COVID thing. That was per family.
And it's like, here, rebuild your house on $700.
Exactly.
Dude, they couldn't even pay their regular bills with that. Even if nothing happened, they'd still end up getting evicted. $700 is not enough to do anything with anymore. That $700 is like the new 150.
Hey, wouldn't it be funny if it's like, if the dude's out there and he's like, you think I could build my house for $700, cuz? And you go, well, wasn't it just some bamboo and some twigs? That's not the point, cuz.
That's a shame, though, man. Some bamboo and some twigs.
I'm sorry, man. It just crossed my mind. But it is terrible, man. I would say, dude, if you could just pick where your taxes go, and they had like a little like button for like Steve and then Hawaii. Do you know how worn out the Hawaii vibe would be? Have you seen the pictures coming out of Giga? There's the kids nightclub and having this wonderful time, and I'm supposed to believe that they're not funneling money into corrupt politicians' pockets. It's sick, dude. It's so sick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're so corrupt.
What's also most disheartening is that it isn't, they're islands, right? So it's not like, even if you wanted to do something, it's not going to be immediate.
Yeah.
You have to get to the island. You got to use your resources, then fix the problem. You know,
Yeah.
It's not like we're in the continental states where you can just drive a truck somewhere and be like
when Hurricane Ian, I think it was Ian or Irv or whatever, hit Texas, and everybody was just, okay, well then screw it, we'll go north, we'll do this, we'll do this.
Yeah.
It's like where are you going to go on a boat?
well, yeah, and then that too, if you're trying to escape, there's hardly anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Speaking of hurricanes, Hilary.
Yeah, Hilary.
Hurricane Hilary.
Yeah, that's hitting Baja, California. That'll be touching down pretty soon here. Let's hope the destruction's massive.
Let's hope the destruction.
Again, I'm just joking. I look at Hawaiians more like Americans than Canada, California. But I'm just joking.
They are.
Anyways. Yeah,
I feel like there's got to be some kind of like Hillary Clinton joke in there somewhere for us.
What do you think? Dude, that's the first thing that came to mind.
Right?
Like, why would they name it Hillary? I mean, who knows? You know, God forbid. Like, first of all, it's like naming a star and then naming a hurricane. Like, that's two things that you better think about. You know what I mean? like just all that destruction and death that comes with it. It's like, I'm going to name it after my mother. You know, why? It's kind of weird, you know? I don't know, man. What would if you guys could name... Yeah, if you can name a hurricane, let's say you found it, you're some meteorologist, and you're like, holy shit, the clouds are going this way, and they're going this way, and we're picking up precipitation. What would you name it right now?
I can't say mine.
Oh, come on.
I can't say mine. If you're asking me from my heart to really tell you, I can't say mine. Can't do it, man.
Go for it.
So back in high school, in the engineering academy, this is a quick story. They had a thing where they would build cranes and they would test the strength of the crane.
Absolutely.
And so one year, me and my friends from the computer academy joined in and we built the Hurricane. And so I loved that idea. So I would probably call mine the Hurricane.
That's gold.
Okay, all right, I got two. First one I would do for baby mama, because it's just so much destruction in her path. She'd probably appreciate that. But the next one, I would name it Hurricane. So people just have to say it twice. They're just like,
that's the best one
Hurricane,
of all time.
Hurricane. It just sounds so stupid saying it.
What, do you have a stutter?
I'd name mine Blizzard.
Hurricane Blizzard.
Hurricane Blizzard sweeping the nation, everybody.
Hurricane Jelly Beans.
Hurricane jelly beans.
Hurricane
Something real
landslide.
sweet.
It's like an opposite fucking natural disaster.
Hurricane, everything's gonna be fine.
Oh my god.
Hurricane God doesn't love you. Just people repeating that over and over again. No, man, but listen, again, like we said before, we'll crack jokes, man, but honestly, people are people. I don't care, California, Hawaii, anybody dealing with that kind of horrible, you know what I mean, natural disaster has just got to be gone through it. So our hearts go out to you,
Thoughts
man.
and prayers.
Absolutely. Thoughts and prayers. Don't worry, I'll put it on my Facebook later so it'll mean something.
And I'm going to be honest, if we weren't all living check to check because of the horrible economics of this country, I would love to actually send them a buck and try to help out. But unfortunately, if I send them money, they're going to need to send it right back, so then I'll be the one that's in fucking trouble.
Yeah, I used to believe in those things. Yeah, I used to think like, okay, well, you know, listen, like our taxes are going, new roads being built and schools and parks. Okay, honestly,
about 0.05%.
Yeah, take everything I've given you and send it over there. Give them people some help. Other than that, I don't believe.
I'll drive on a shitty road if you rebuild their entire town.
What's a pothole? Who gives a shit? I get my tires from the little used tire shops. Anyway, the dude doesn't speak English. I'm just like, he's like 4. He's like 30. I'm like 25. That's all I got. And he still goes with it.
You just negotiate with hand gestures, like one of those CNN hearing impaired people.
Dude, I'm telling you this right now, man. Like, look, I've never bought a new set of tires in my life. I've just never looked at $800. I'm not a car guy, so
it feels good when you do.
Did you?
I have.
Oh man,
I don't do. I have.
Yeah.
Again, times have changed. The economy's bad.
$800 for the tires when I could go to those guys and get them for like $400 for $100. I don't know, man.
I haven't bought new tires in like decades.
Yeah.
Discount tire, baby.
If
Yeah, $400 to $500 is tops for me for tires.
Yeah. Dude, people spend on those good years, but you know, $1,600 and like, look, I got new tires. I'm like, dude, you drive on those. Who cares? Yeah. You're literally going to be running over horse shit in those.
Gotta love that new tire smell. Like, do ya?
Yeah, what do you got? Then
do you really?
You know what I mean?
Just huffing tires.
I don't know. Dude, honestly, would it be great for the car? Sure, dude. So would a lot of things. I've just never been the type to sink money into a vehicle.
So would a lot of things.
You know, I don't know. It's so stupid. Gambling and stuff like that has made it so hard for me to do responsible things.
Well, that's because when you gamble, there's the idea that you could win twice as much or actually improve your situation. When you're buying tires, you're just spending money.
You're just spending money.
You don't win a jackpot when you buy tires.
Yeah, on something so good, but in reality, you are. Like you're buying that peace of mind where you're gonna be okay on the road, and I think I need to start like making that mindset like more.
No, 100%. But you gotta devalue the other mindset and realize that when you gamble, there's like a 99.97% chance your life's gonna be deproved,
dude,
not
absolutely,
improved.
Yeah, and you're sitting there and you're chasing it, and then when you finally do, hun, like all right, you've been gambling for like a week. Sorry, obviously this is hitting home. You've been gambling for like a week, right? And then it's like all of a sudden you hit 4 aces, not even the kicker, like $300. Like, I got $300.
Yeah,
when you might have been spending chasing it. Honestly, when it comes down to it, absolutely, it just bugs me, man. I see people coming out from, you know what I mean, Michigan and stuff like that, and they're just going, $10,000, and I'm like, I never hit.
Dude, that drives me nuts too.
Never hit $10,000.
I've had that happen so many times. It's like, it's their first time in Vegas.
Yeah.
Their first $20 in the slot machine on the first pull.
Vegas is easy.
It is easy.
Yeah, Vegas is easy to win. I don't see what the big deal is. It's like, yeah.
Why does anyone even have jobs there?
Yeah. Why doesn't everybody just stay on the strip and gamble? Well, the fact is, pal, I do. We're blowing through it, man. I got another story. You guys, oh wait, hold on. No. I don't have just a story. I have a declaration.
Ooh, okay.
I hate T.I.'s son. I hate him. I hate him with everything I got. So you know how like the children of celebrities have that what would you call that? That entitlement?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they just think they're deserved everything, right? Well, there's something extra special that I hate with rappers kids because they act like they're thug and then they're bad. Like this kid acts like he grew up in the same neighborhood T.I. I do. I like T.I. I liked his rap. I liked his music. I thought he was cool. You know
T.I. was dope, man.
Yeah, he absolutely was. But now he has these kids, and the rest of them are all very well behaved, good kids and stuff like that. But he has one, like the black sheep of the family, that just like wild out. This kid is constantly in trouble.
Why's it gotta be a black sheep?
I mean the white sheep.
I look away.
Yeah, that was a low blow.
Yeah, you know.
Go ahead.
I don't see color. But so
some androgynous sheep, gender or color doesn't apply to this sheep.
It's a non-binary sheep, Nick. But this kid is such a scumbag, dude. Like, he's always in the news just doing something else. He went to Waffle House, and could you imagine T.I.'s son, this kid who has so much money in the bank for never lifting a finger in his life, and you're sitting there at Waffle House of all places. You've just broken up 2 fights. The coffee stinks like shit, and you just want to go home. You're on like 10 hours. You've been there all night, and people are screaming in your face all night, and this kid comes in literally losing his mind on you because you didn't put enough packets in his like thing.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he went in there and he went off, and then he demanded his money back, and I guess the girl was saying like, nah baby, you got to go, you know, and like she's giving him one of those. And then I guess one of the dudes came out from the back, and then like T.I.'s son like kind of got, now this is a different story, like this is like this was a while ago, and T.I.'s son got all bucked, so they started talking shit to each other, and I guess the dude had left a little later on that day and saw him, and he had all his boys with him, so they went and they went and kicked the shit out of him. So then everybody went on T.I.'s page because that's who matters. You don't care about this kid, you care about he's nothing more than,
I thought they kicked T.I.'s son's ass.
They did.
Yeah,
they beat the dog shit, but then they went on T.I.'s page because you don't care about T.I. You care that he's T.I.'s son, right? And everybody was asking questions like, well, what do you think about your son acting like this? What do you think your son favorite? And instead of like, you know what, I raised him better, he shouldn't be acting like this, he shouldn't be doing this thing. T.I. goes on there and starts like, yeah, dog, he about me, dog, man. And he starts like, yeah, and you're like, you mean you don't want better? You mean you've been chosen in a world full of talent, and this kid gets this miraculous life, and you mean you don't want better for him? You scum! No wonder why he's behaving like
100%.
So then he wound up in the, anyways, got his ass whipped. So, but that didn't teach him anything, because what would that teach him? You know what I mean? So then he ends up in the news yesterday, and I guess he's trying his hand at music, which nobody cares a shit what he's
Of course he is.
Exactly.
It's not like entering if your father was a plumber, and your grandfather was a plumber, and they taught you how to plumb. Yeah, that's different. Like, the talent is talent. Just because you were born by someone who was talented doesn't mean that you now possess that talent.
Well, dude, not only that,
that's not the same thing though. It's like a craft,
especially in that particular game. Like, you look at 50 Cent, and you're like, dude, you know that this dude got shot 9 times. You know what this dude's been through in his life.
Like, nobody's gonna look at him. Yeah.
You know what happened to T.I.'s son? I won't say his name. What happened to T.I.'s son? Like, the butler was late with your Ovaltine. Fuck you.
It's like that scene in Grown Ups where Adam Sandler's kid, like, the maid brings him a hot chocolate. He's like, this isn't Godiva. He like loses his mind about it.
Can I get a boss?
He goes, what are you trying to poison me?
He wants a boss.
Oh yeah, boss. He calls it boss water. Call it
boss water.
It's so good, yeah. But so he's trying his hand at music. So he writes the baby and another rapper, and the baby writes back, and he's like, yeah, $100,000 for a verse, right? He's like, that's what the minimum, right? And he's like, and he gets on, and he's like, man, after everything my daddy did for this, you gonna charge me for a verse? It's like, dude, you're nothing.
Yeah, the world isn't free just because you think it should be, you little twat.
Exactly. Like all those amazing things in your life were bought through hard work. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say hard work. I'd say like time and place and a dude with impeccable skills like T.I., that's where those things come from. Yeah. That car, do you think if let's say your dad was a plumber, you think you'd be driving that car?
Right. When he started bitching about it, it's like, yeah, man, find a way to come up with $100,000. That's what overcoming challenges is. That's what everyone in the world has to fight. Or you can't have it.
Yeah. Like you almost want to,
can't have it.
Like you almost like just kind of want to pull the veil over their eyes and like grab them and like snap your fingers and do something.
No, you know what I want? I want to pull his shirt over his head and beat the shit out of him like a hockey player. But or those guys did in a Waffle House parking lot.
You show them exactly how they're looking at like what they look like. Like you take your perspective and you just dish it on them and you for some reason they understand. You're like, do you see what a scummy piece of shit you are? That's what it is. Yes. We don't hate you for nothing. It's because of that. You know what I mean? Like, it just drives me nuts, the balls on this kid to dare think that he's owed anything more in this life. You know what I mean? Like, I always say that. I think, you know, wouldn't you want to be a celebrity? Wouldn't you want to be Will Smith? I don't want to be Will Smith. I want to be the other kid that's not Jaden Smith, where I didn't have to do anything, where I could just enjoy money, where I could just fly around the world anytime I like.
I'd rather be the one that earned it. I feel like that the reward of that is so much higher emotionally and mentally.
You can't even slap somebody without being in the paper for the next 6
But you could
years.
slap someone without being in jail. I'd rather that. Put me in the paper. Just don't put me in prison, bro.
I don't know.
If I slap anyone, I'm going right to jail.
I would rather have it where my entire life...
You don't want slapping rights?
For sure, but I would rather my entire life just consist of vacations and like leisure. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm telling you, there's no fulfillment in that. You think that there is because we have to work our asses off and we just don't ever have enough. Yeah. But if you were, it's like think about bed sores. That's the perfect parallel to that type of. The perfect life would just be laying in bed all day and just relaxing. That is the most painful shit we'll ever do. And there's an emotional version of that.
It's like people who are retired that go back to work. They come out of retirement because they're like,
I'll just play golf.
I've got all the time in the world now to do whatever I want. And you figure out that what you want is just to sit on your ass and watch TV all day. Yeah. And you can only do that so long.
And it just leads to a life of fucking misery.
But you don't think the vacations and stuff would kind of fill it?
But like how much better is a vacation when you need one versus just being able to have one all the fucking time? You know what I mean? Work a whole hard day, then get a massage, and tell me that doesn't feel better than just getting one every day with bathing in olive oil and getting your dick sucked all the time.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Do you remember?
Come on, man.
Remember when we used to have the funny videos? Like we would do a video at the end. I have one, but we kind of like got rid of that segment. I don't know if we'll bring it back.
Oh, we'll bring it back. But we're just too busy working this shit out right now.
This young kid that looks like T.I.'s son or Jaden Smith. Like he's like this young black kid, but I guess he's like this staunch Christian, you know. And he goes to this massage parlor. Okay, wait, just hang with this. So he goes to this massage parlor, and what they do is, I've been to that place a million times. What they do is they touch you, they touch your penis, and they do it because if you're a cop, you're gonna be like, no, but I still want it. Like, let me pay. So if they touch you, if they start doing it, and you don't stop them immediately because they can pretend like they're just like, hey, man, my hand slipped. Yeah. But if you allow it, obviously that'd be entrapment. And they're like, well, this sick fuck just blew me. You know what I mean? Like, but so they allow it. You know. So this chick, she does that to him. The guy freaks out. He's in a massage parlor in the middle of the night, right? He freaks out and calls the cops. You see this girl being arrested, and you're like, dude, could you imagine being from some shithole in Shanghai coming over here like in some weird like dog bin in some ship, and this little bastard calls the cops on you after you're in the sex slave trade.
Faggot.
Yeah,
that's what that word is for. That word is for that guy specifically.
Just like a pussy and a bitch all wrapped into one, and it makes that. It's so.
I'm trying to think of the most degrading word, and that's what it is to him.
And he was so pleased his punch. He's standing outside and he's watching this girl. Dude, first of all, calling the cops and
if I was a cop and I showed up to that call, I would have fucked him up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what happened, sir? What's the call for? He'd be like, she touched my penis.
Yeah.
You feel that's what we spend our lives trying to get to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And how do you not know that that's what happens in those places? It's like fucking naive.
You don't know Wedding Crashers. He's like, what, some hot older lady made you feel her cans? He's like, grow up and have some real problems. She's still in the house? But gentlemen, I have to go. Do you guys want to take this over?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we can go for a little bit.
Come by for a closeout though, okay?
Yeah, that's cool. That works perfectly. Just give me like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I want to kind of take the ride on the new studio. We did blow through them stories, though. Tell me we didn't.
We did.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to shoot an hour ago, and then we had more tech issues. Even now, we're not 100% sure how the volume's turning out.
Honestly, though, I think, man, like, just looking at this, once we do get this thing dialed in, how good is this going to be, man?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like a show, like I was saying earlier. I mean, you could tune in hopefully every week and we'll have some new
Just
content.
setting this up. It's funny, like, looking for stories for this particular show. Like, I learned that that's kind of an art. Like, I told you, like, I always bring it back. There was a hurricane in Turkey. Like, obviously, Hilary touches home, and and what's going on with Hawaii and stuff like that. But I like to find stuff that, like, we can talk about and, like, kind of, like, still jolt back and forth. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, just the funness of it. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's chill though. What else is going on, man?
Not much. I mean, I'm taking, I mentioned gambling. I'm taking a little bit of a break. I had a little bit of a hit recently, so I'm like, damn it.
Wait a minute. You're taking it? You hit or you taking a hit?
No, I'm taking a hit.
Yeah.
I'm down. Not a lot, but about 500 or so.
Well, we work in the casino. We work at the horse show. So right when you get out of there, dude, and I see those machines just
every time.
It's like, all right, it's on.
Every time.
Yeah.
There's also a machine as you're walking down to the the EDR. I love it. I've seen it at other places, but it has like a progressive wilds.
Yeah.
And sometimes I've walked past it and I've seen that thing up to like 88 wilds, and I'm like, man,
oh, come on now, dude. Could you imagine just like and then betting like a nice big $3 bet and still getting it? Oh,
dude, I chased that machine one time trying to get the wild. Oh yeah, dude, I chased it. I think I put in about 200 trying to hit that. I did it. I hit it, but it did not pay enough to pay off all the investment. But
I'd say my worst gambling experience is I used to cash my check at Arizona Charlie's. Like I specifically didn't have a direct deposit because I knew that I liked going to Arizona Charlie's and being able to gamble. This is like right after this incident. I started my direct deposit.
Yeah.
But I went in there, I cashed it. My tip was like $5.60. Again, we're servers, so we don't make a whole lot on PayPal.
Yeah.
It's like the tips are like where my butter's bread, or my bread is butter.
Your bread is butter. Yeah.
That was just backwards, But so I went in there and I kind of started slow. I like put a 20 in this machine and did this. And before you know it, man, when you know you're really fucked, it's like when you're down to your like last 50 or 60 bucks. And at this point, you can't walk away with just 50 or 60 bucks. No. You have to hit something to at least walk away with something in your pocket. Because now I can't. It would be like astronomical for me to hit like everything back. So now I just need to hit enough back where it hurts, but it doesn't hurt bad enough.
Yeah.
So that's when it's got you, dude. That's when the like the grips like really got you. I wound up losing everything, man. That's devastating. It's like I will never understand how some dude. I mean, then again, I don't have this much money, so I don't know how that mindset works. But when you hear some guy like, I lost 10 grand or 100 grand or even more, like Michael Jordan's sons or something like that. Dude, there was a guy
I just saw this video. This guy lost $204 million gambling.
What poker?
No.
Blackjack?
Yeah. So, no, he was drawn to like the really shitty games like roulette, slots. He didn't play poker or anything like that. A blackjack he played a little bit. But no, there was really quickly, this story was this guy inherited this business from his father. They supplied the prizes for like carnival games and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
And so he built this company up, retires from the business or sells the business off, and then just starts gambling. He buys this house out in like Kentucky or someplace like that, and there was like a casino nearby, and that's how he got hooked. And then he started coming to Vegas. And dude, this guy gambled so much that Caesars created, the tiers of the Caesars program.
They got his own tier.
They got his own tier called the Executive above 7-star Diamond. And it was just him because he was gambling so much. He would like, the stories were like, he would go and like tell someone to go to like a grocery store and buy all the like really expensive cuts of meat. Yeah. And then bring it back and like hand steaks out as tips for the casino workers and stuff. Yeah. He would give out like, money, and then they would constantly keep him drunk, obviously,
of course.
And then the one really funny thing is that the end of the story, he tries to sue the casinos. He's like, "Oh no, they kept me way too drunk," or blah blah blah. Because at the end, this guy's got nothing, literally nothing. He's got no job. He's got no income.
Suicide is justified at that point. Like, you know how you had the carnival games? I would get a bunch of stuffed animals, right? Like the big pink bears and the pandas and stuff like that. Takes whatever money I got, because you walk away like when you just spent $204 million, 10,000.
Yeah.
Broke.
Not at
you're
once,
broke.
but it was over.
No, I got you. But when if you walk away from that and you even got let's say even like 70 grand, 60 grand, you're broke. In your mind, you're broke.
You're broke.
That's it. You're done. I would take whatever money I had left, fill a room up with those stuffed animals, and just blow my brains out, because you're never going to have that money again. You're never going to see that amount of money again. And by the way, you know what? Like, goddamn, like if your first mindset when you come across that amount of money is, I should go to Vegas. Dude, that should be the biggest red flag in your life.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Go. Hire some financial... Hire some financial advisor and give him the majority of your money to hold on to while you're there.
Or just do something with it.
Yeah, anything.
Never hire anything. That leads to problems.
Yeah.
Isn't that such a weird thing that was their hello?
Heil?
Walking down. Could you imagine like some dude working on his lawnmower and somebody walks by and is like, Heil Hitler, and he's like, yeah, Heil Hitler.
There's a casual version.
Yeah.
Like, not every one of it sounds like some German,
All right, I think we need to cut this out.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I know it's a short one, guys. We're still running tests, so bear with us. Again, if you want to see episode 40, go to our Rumble channel. I will put it in the link below. And are we ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Always remember, have your conversations, not their conversations. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your community. Let's be good people again. Until next time, God bless and peace.
Peace.
I'm going to cut that.
Damn, boys. Good stuff.